Welcome to another IoT hacking video. Today we're going to talk about large language models and their place in attacking IoT devices. My name is Matt Brown. I am an IoT pen tester by trade. I also do bug bounty on the side, and I love to educate people like you in IoT pen testing content. And so we're going to talk in this video about something new that has come out from Anthropic, and that my friend Rezo, whose socials I will link down in the description, big shout out to him, who introduced these new features within Claude to me and set me on this journey to integrate some of these Claude Code skills into my IoT hacking regiment. So here we have it. We have that Claude has just released these agent skills. And, it sounds kind of fancy, but at the end of the day, what it is a markdown file. So if we go over here to the actual documentation. So what a skill is in Claude Code is just a set of know-how that the larger language model might not have on its own. You might provide it a tool, a custom tool, and then some kind of instructions inside of a markdown document surrounding that tool. Now you could do that before, but there is this kind of front matter, this YAML front matter on the top of the markdown file that gives the name and description. And I think the idea behind these agent skills is that it will only load the name and the description of the skill at first when Claude Code is initialized, and then it will selectively, as needed, load in the rest of the tool description when it decides it needs to go ahead and execute that skill. And so we are going to be messing around with that because I have created this repo here where we are going to use Picocom, which is a tool that we use on this channel a lot, to interact with UART consoles on an IoT device. So we're actually going to go look over on my workbench here real fast on my setup. So if you watched some of my enterprise IoT hacking video series, you'll recognize that this is the UniView commercial security camera that was featured in that video. And it's kind of hard to see with this camera angle because these wires are blocking it. But down here, I have these two pogo pins resting on the UART interface down there. And so that is then in turn connected up to this tie guard, which is connected over USB to my computer. And that is going to allow us to interact with the device. So let's just interact with it like we would manually without any kind of LLM in the picture, right? So we're going to use our standard baud rate of 115/200, and then this tie guard shows up as T2 USB 0 and 1. You can see there, but 0 is going to be our interface here. And I've already logged into this shell environment because one of the kind of interesting things, and this is kind of a cool use case for handing an LLM a UART console shell, is that this is a kind of a jail or limited shell environment that UniView gives to their legitimate users. They let them run a certain set of commands, but don't give them full like BusyBox root access to the device, right? So there are only these preset commands that can be run inside of this limited shell environment. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit out of that, and then we're going to fire up in our terminal here. We're gonna run Claude with dangerously skip permissions to just not prompt us to execute any commands in the shell. If you don't like that idea of an LLM doing that, you can have it prompt you every time for command execution, or you can run it in a container or something like that. Those are all good ideas, but right now we're just gonna get going. And so what we're going to do is this tool, and you can read my README file in the tool here. We can go ahead and do that right now. And it is going to log to this specific temp file. It is going to log all of like the interactions on the UART shell. So we don't want to run Picocom at the same time and have a conflict with the little Python helper script. So you'll notice here in the directory structure, so we should actually explore that a little, is inside this .claude skills and Picocom directory, we see a number of things. The most important thing is the skill.md file. Again, this is that file. If we go and look at the raw file, we will see this text file have the name and description of the tool, and then a whole big description of exactly how to use the tool and how to be careful using it and things like that. And also, it tells about this helper script that we have here. And this is a Python script, and this is the really cool thing about these skills is that you can add extra, shell scripts, Python scripts, whatever you want to augment the skill so that it will know to use these tools for various purposes, right? And so all we have here is this is basically just a thing that's going to connect to the TTY with the right baud rate, the right device, everything that we give it via the LLM. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to tail that file, and you can see that I already have some like of my previous session here. And then here in Claude Code, I'm just going to ask it. I'm like, hey, what skills do you have? You need, does it have nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, or computer hacking skills? Hopefully it has some computer hacking skills. All right. And so here we go. It says, I have one skill available, and it's the Picocom skill. So that's kind of cool. And it says, for interacting with IoT devices, UART consoles, blah, blah, blah. Like it reads the markdown file, and it knows all that stuff about the tool, right? Very cool. So now I have a prompt, because sometimes depending on how you prompt it, it takes way too long, and I don't need the video to be that long. So what we're going to say is use the Picocom skill to enumerate a limited shell environment you have been placed in. Run help first, and then use a few of the commands that you find. Do it quickly and make a simple report in Markdown at the end. So cool. We're going to run that, and then we can come over. So, okay, and so here it says, right here, it says that it is running the IoT UART console Picocom skill, right? So that is this new feature within Claude. It works in Claude and Claude Code, but Claude Code is kind of more the ideal tool for tool execution, right? For command execution. And so here we can see it is doing a bunch of stuff. And we can see here in the output that it is actually executing these different commands. So here it obviously ran the PS command, which was one of those allowed commands. Here it ran ifconfig, so it's getting information about the network interfaces. Here's some info, the runtime command, so like, when the first use date, which is obviously, not accurate, but whatever. Yeah, so here's the output of help, where it ran help, and you can see that there's that list again of the specific commands that we get to run. Let's scroll down. It ran this command, which would be a great command to run, but that command actually doesn't output anything on this device. I don't know why. And now, what's really interesting is the last time I ran this, LLM's not exactly deterministic, but the last time I ran this, what's gonna be interesting to find is we didn't tell it anything in our prompt that this was a UniView device, right? But if we go and look at our report, okay, so it has completed, and it said that it has created a report right here. Let's go ahead and let's go look at that. So we can close out of there. And we can look at our limited shell enumeration report. Okay, so custom limited shell UVSH. That is interesting It must have picked that up from the PS command output, because it doesn't give that. Okay, so now we can yeah, we can exit this. We can go back into the shell for ourselves. Okay, because I'm curious, because like it's not like telling us here that you're in the UVSH shell. So it must have picked that up. Yeah. It must have picked that up from the PS command, which is cool. All right, it's got stuff about network interfaces, of course. Key processes. Okay, so it's like it's got info about all those processes. And oh, that's so funny. Oh, look at here it is. Here it is. Look at this. It says likely uniview based on custom commands. So the LLM has just, based on the output, probably the help command, and all of the specific kind of commands that are available there, it has determined that this is a uniview device, which is cool. We didn't prompt it with that at all. So this is just kind of a cool idea that I am playing around with. So this is the first step in a project I'm working on to add more interactions with the physical world, right? Here we're, it's kind of like the physical world, right? We're interacting, electrically with the UART interface, on the device. But what if there are situations where you need to power cycle the device? Well, if I had a smart switch and I could give Claude a skill to do that, then we could have a lot more fun. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day.